I get defensive and I really counterpunch a lot. But I wouldn't have started out being mean to any of them. But when they left, they got mean. I was counterpunching, I felt like. I mean, in the end, it's like, move on and be happy. I just, in time, maybe it all comes back together as friendship.
The world of reality television has always thrived on drama, speculation, and the unpredictable turns that its stars take in their personal lives. Among the many stories that have kept viewers glued to their screens over the years, none has had quite the same pull as Sister Wives. TLC series, which began in 2010, offered audiences an intimate look into the polygamous lifestyle of Kody Brown and his wives. What started as a cultural exploration quickly morphed into a family saga filled with shifting dynamics, heartbreak, estrangement, and countless moments of emotional turbulence. Now, in the wake of failed marriages and deep family rifts, Kody Brown has once again sparked conversation and intrigue by hinting that he might be considering a new wife. This revelation comes at a time when fans thought his polygamous journey was effectively over, as 3 of his 4 wives had left him and only Robyn remained in what appeared to be a monogamous relationship. The mere suggestion of a possible new wife has reopened debates about Kody's motives, his sincerity, and the complicated legacy of his plural marriage journey. When Sister Wives first premiered, Kody Brown was legally married to Meri, spiritually married to Janelle, and also married to Christine. Soon after, the family welcomed Robyn, whose arrival shifted the foundation of the household and set off years of tension among the women. The show chronicled both the logistical and emotional challenges of living in such a setup, highlighting both the sense of family unity and the moments of fracture that inevitably surfaced. But as the seasons wore on, cracks widened and the family began to splinter. Christine was the first to announce her departure, declaring that she wanted to live her own life free from the constraints of a failing marriage. Janelle followed, and Meri's slow unraveling relationship with Kody eventually collapsed as well. By the end of season 17, the family that had once stood as a united example of modern polygamy was reduced to Kody and Robyn alone, leaving fans to wonder whether this would mark the end of his plural marriage experiment. It is against this backdrop that Kody's latest comments have sparked such intense discussion. The idea of Kody Brown seeking a new wife seemed almost unimaginable just a year ago, given his emotional devastation, the betrayals he expressed, and his ongoing bitterness toward his ex-wives. Yet reality television thrives on reinvention, and Kody himself has always sought to maintain his identity as a man whose spiritual beliefs are tied to plural marriage. His hint at adding a new wife reignites questions not only about his personal life but also about the future direction of the TLC series that has become synonymous with his family. Some fans believe his words may be little more than a calculated move designed to drum up interest in a new season, while others think it may reflect a genuine desire to rebuild what was lost when Christine, Janelle, and Meri left him. One of the fascinating elements of this revelation is the timing. Kody has faced significant public backlash in recent years, with many viewers accusing him of favoritism toward Robyn and neglecting his other wives. The breakdown of his marriages has largely been blamed on his unwillingness to treat his partners equally, a central tenet of polygamy that viewers felt he consistently violated. Christine herself stated repeatedly that she could not remain in a relationship where she felt undervalued, unloved, and constantly placed beneath Robyn in Kody's eyes. Janelle echoed similar frustrations, admitting that her bond with Kody had weakened over the years and that they no longer shared a true partnership. Meri's struggle was perhaps the longest and most painful, as she attempted to reconcile with Kody only to be told publicly that their marriage was over in his eyes. Against such a backdrop, Kody pursuing a new wife raises questions about whether he has truly reflected on his past failures or whether he is repeating a pattern that has already led to heartache for so many. For viewers, the possibility of Kody bringing a new woman into his life is both shocking and unsurprising. On one hand, it feels audacious, considering the emotional wreckage he has left behind and the damage to his relationships with his children. Many of his older children, particularly those from his marriages to Christine and Janelle, have expressed resentment and anger toward him, citing his favoritism and lack of involvement in their lives. On the other hand, polygamy has always been central to Cody's identity, not just as a television personality but as a man whose religious framework justified and celebrated plural marriage. To abandon the idea entirely might feel like a betrayal of that identity, even if the practical reality has proven far more complicated. Speculation now swirls about who this potential new wife could be, though Cody has not named any names or given specific details. Fans of Sister Wives are already engaging in their favorite pastime, analyzing every word, gesture, and rumor for clues. Some wonder if the TLC network might introduce a new figure in the upcoming season, creating the kind of narrative twist that could reignite interest in a show that some thought had reached its natural conclusion. Others caution that Cody's words may never materialize into action, pointing out that he has been prone to making bold statements in the past that never came to fruition. Still, the notion of Cody seeking to expand his family again is enough to spark excitement, outrage, and everything in between. What makes this development particularly compelling is the role of Robin, the one wife who has remained by Cody's side through the turbulence. Robin has consistently stated that she never intended to be Cody's only wife, and she has expressed sadness at seeing the other marriages dissolve. For years, she was accused by fans and even some of the other wives of being Cody's favorite, a label she rejected, though many still believe she played a central role in the breakdown of the family unit. Cody truly pursues another wife, Robin's reaction will be a critical part of the story. Will she welcome the idea as a return to the principles of plural marriage, or will she find herself reluctant to share her husband after years of having him almost entirely to herself? Her stance could either make or break this potential new chapter. Beyond the personal dynamics, the possibility of a new wife carries significant implications for the future of Sister Wives as a television series. The show has always thrived on its ability to adapt, evolving from a portrayal of family unity to a chronicle of marital breakdowns and shifting loyalties. Cody does indeed bring a new wife into the picture. It could serve as a natural pivot point, breathing new life into a story that might otherwise have ended with the collapse of his original marriages. From a production standpoint, it makes sense. Introducing a new character offers fresh storylines, renewed conflict, and the kind of dramatic tension that keeps viewers invested. Whether this potential new wife would embrace the spotlight or shrink away from the scrutiny remains to be seen, but there is little doubt that TLC would seize the opportunity to showcase every step of the journey. Critics, however, argue that Cody's pursuit of a new wife underscores the very flaws that have driven his family apart. Rather than repairing his relationships with his children or reflecting on the pain he has caused, he seems intent on repeating the cycle. Christine, Janelle, and Mary have all voiced their struggles with feeling overlooked, unappreciated, and unloved. For Cody to bring another woman into his life without addressing those issues suggests that he may not have learned from the past. Some fans see this as selfishness cloaked in religious rhetoric, a way for Cody to maintain control and relevance rather than genuinely seeking companionship. Tension between Cody's stated beliefs and his actual behavior has always been at the heart of the show, and this latest twist only deepens that divide. At the same time, it is important to recognize that Cody himself may feel driven by genuine conviction. His faith has long emphasized the importance of plural marriage as a spiritual calling, not merely a lifestyle choice. To him, the end of his marriages may not signal a rejection of polygamy but rather an opportunity to continue living out his beliefs with a fresh start. In his mind, adding a new wife may be less about replacing the women who left him and more about remaining true to the principles that have guided his life. Whether one views this as admirable or delusional depends largely on how one interprets his past actions and the sincerity of his convictions. As fans wait for more details, one thing is certain. The possibility of Cody Brown taking a new wife has reignited interest in a family saga that continues to evolve in unexpected ways. The story of sister wives has never been static, and this latest development proves that even after more than a decade on television, the Browns remain capable of surprising their audience. Love, betrayal, faith, and family have always been the central themes of the series, and they continue to play out in ways that captivate viewers. Whether Cody truly pursues a new wife or whether his words remain only a tantalizing hint, the speculation alone has ensured that the Browns will remain in the spotlight for the foreseeable future. The legacy of Sister Wives is one of complexity. It has offered a glimpse into a world few viewers had ever encountered before, while also exposing the universal struggles of marriage, jealousy, and longing for love. Cody Brown's hint at a new wife adds yet another layer to this ongoing story, reminding fans that in the world of reality television, the line between personal conviction and public spectacle is always blurred. What comes next may well define the next chapter of the show and of Cody's life. The story of the Brown family from TLC's long-running reality series Sister Wives has always been more than just a tale of marriages, divorces, and domestic drama. At its heart, it has been a chronicle of faith, belief, and how deeply rooted religious convictions shape relationships and life choices. For more than a decade, viewers have tuned in not only to watch the interpersonal dynamics between Cody Brown and his wives, but also to understand how religion served as the glue that bound them together, and eventually the wedge that pushed them apart. Now, a startling new question has arisen, shaking the foundation of what fans thought they knew about Cody and Robin Brown. Rumors are swirling that the couple may have quietly abandoned their fundamentalist faith and possibly embraced a new spiritual path. The whispers have left viewers stunned and divided, wondering if the Browns have truly left behind the beliefs that once defined them or if this is simply another evolution in their ongoing story of family and faith. When Sister Wives premiered in 2010, the Brown family made headlines as one of the first polygamist households to open their doors to reality television. Cody, then married to 4 women, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robin, presented their plural marriage as an expression of their commitment to a branch of fundamentalist Mormonism that viewed polygamy as a sacred calling. Their religious convictions were central to their identity and served as the explanation for why they embraced a lifestyle that mainstream society often regarded with suspicion or disdain. Viewers may not have agreed with the Browns' beliefs, but they respected the sincerity with which the family spoke about their faith. Over time, however, cracks in that foundation began to appear, and now it seems that those cracks may have widened into a complete transformation. The central issue that fans are grappling with is whether Cody and Robin have abandoned their faith altogether or whether they have simply shifted their interpretation of it. For years, Cody spoke passionately about the importance of polygamy and how it was commanded by God. He frequently emphasized that his choice to have multiple wives was not driven by selfishness but by a deep spiritual conviction that eternal salvation and celestial marriage required living the principle of plural marriage. The wives echoed these beliefs at various points in the series, though their commitment often varied, and over time it became clear that not all of them were as devoted to the practice as Cody was. Christine, for instance, admitted in later seasons that she no longer believed in polygamy and felt spiritually liberated after leaving Cody. Janelle, too, seemed less tied to the religious tenets and more focused on practical concerns of family and independence. Mary's faith journey was long and complicated, marked by heartbreak and her eventual exit from the marriage. But Robin always stood apart as the wife most aligned with Cody's religious convictions, often defending the principle of plural marriage even when the others expressed doubt. This makes the current speculation all the more surprising. Cody and Robin, the last remaining couple in the once sprawling Brown family, have indeed abandoned their faith. It represents a seismic shift not only for their personal lives but also for the narrative of the show itself. Fans have noticed subtle changes in the way Cody and Robin speak about religion in recent interviews and episodes. Where once they would invoke God and eternal principles to explain their choices, now they seem more focused on personal happiness, emotional fulfillment, and the need to rebuild trust after years of family fractures. For some viewers, this suggests that they may no longer see their lives through the strict lens of their former faith, but instead through a more individualized spiritual perspective. The rumors of a religious shift gained traction after fans noticed inconsistencies in Cody's statements. In earlier seasons, Cody had insisted that he would never abandon the faith that called him to polygamy, declaring it central to his identity and purpose. Yet in more recent episodes, he has admitted that polygamy has been a source of pain, heartbreak, and division. At one point, he even confessed that he no longer knew if it was worth it, raising eyebrows among longtime viewers who remembered his once fiery conviction. Robin, too, has softened her tone, acknowledging that she never wanted to live as Cody's only wife, but that she has resigned herself to that reality. Some fans interpret this as a sign that the couple is moving away from the polygamist faith altogether, since its central doctrine requires multiple wives. If they no longer intend to live that principle, then are they truly still adherents of the faith? The speculation deepens when one considers the broader context of the Brown family's journey. Over the years, the Browns have clashed with mainstream Mormonism, which disavows polygamy, and have struggled to balance their beliefs with the laws of the states they lived in. Moving from Utah to Las Vegas to Arizona, the family often justified their relocations as necessary steps to protect themselves from legal scrutiny while remaining true to their religious convictions. Yet as their marriages dissolved one by one, with Christine, Janelle, and Mary leaving Cody, the foundation of their plural marriage crumbled. Without multiple wives, the very practice that their faith demanded no longer existed in their household. For some observers, this alone indicates that Cody and Robin may have effectively abandoned their religion, even if they have not publicly declared it. Adding fuel to the fire are rumors that Cody and Robin may have been exploring new religious paths altogether. Some fans speculate that the couple may be leaning toward mainstream Christianity, a faith that emphasizes personal salvation and traditional monogamous marriage. Others wonder if they may be simply carving out a new belief system of their own, one less tied to organized religion and more focused on spirituality in a general sense. Social media has been abuzz with theories, with fans dissecting every word from recent interviews and Instagram posts for clues. The fact that neither Cody nor Robin has directly addressed the rumors only adds to the mystery, leaving viewers to fill in the blanks with their own interpretations. Possibility of a new religious identity raises profound questions about Cody and Robin's future together. For years, their relationship has been defined by the backdrop of polygamy and the larger religious structure that supported it. If they no longer share that framework, what will hold them together? Will they redefine themselves as a monogamous couple grounded in a new faith, or will they cling to the remnants of their old beliefs even as they no longer live them out? The uncertainty has fans both worried and intrigued, as they wonder whether the couple's bond can survive yet another transformation. There is also the question of how this potential shift will affect their children. Religion has always played a central role in the Brown family's lives, shaping not only their marital choices but also their parenting. Cody and Robin have indeed abandoned their former faith. How will they explain that to their children, some of whom are old enough to remember the family's earlier commitments? Will they encourage their children to embrace a new religious identity, or will they allow them to make their own choices in a more open-ended spiritual environment? These questions highlight the ripple effects of any such change, extending beyond Cody and Robin themselves to touch every member of their family.